Hi guys. Okay, so in this video and in the videos that relate to the chapter 4 homework problems, we will cover the problems that relate to three major categories in this chapter. Number one is about the periodic table and the names and the symbols of the elements in the periodic table. The second is the electronic configuration. And the third is the trends in the periodic table, the trends that relate to the size, the electron affinity and the electronegativity. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, so if you go in the assignments, you're going to see these 26 questions I have picked from chapter 4. Now, they also have subparts. So ideally, you should be doing all the parts if you have time. But if you don't have the time, then, try to do as many as small parts as possible, at least 2. But at least I need to see 1 for sure. Okay, so the rest of the subparts are optional, depending upon what how comfortable you feel. Now, 4.1, 4.3, 4.7, this means 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. This means chapter 4. Okay. 0.1. So this means question number 1, 0.3, like 4.3. 3 means question number 3, 7, 9, 11, 17. Okay, and so forth. So you get that. All right. Now let's look at these problems. Where are they? Give me a minute. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the problems in the book. Now, the problems in the book, obviously, chapter 4 is a big chapter. And if you look at it, 4.1 elements of 4.1, 4.3, and 4.5. And then if you go down, you are going to see these other problems, 4.7 and 9 and so forth. So here, 4.7, 4.9, all these odd number problems, 4.11 and 13 and 15, all those, okay? So since the initial part covers with the elements, so let's look at the periodic table first of all. Okay, so in the periodic table, let me just get down here to this one, this piece right here. Okay, so this is the periodic table of elements, and we see here that these are the elements that are arranged in the increasing order of atomic number. So here you see number 1 is the atomic number of hydrogen. This means the number of protons. 2 means the number of protons is 2. This means the atomic number, and that's for helium. Now come here. 3, atomic number 3 for lithium. 4, atomic number 4 for beryllium. This also means the number of protons. Remember that number of protons determine the identity of the atoms. Now, next is the boron, atomic number 5, number of protons 5. Carbon, atomic number 6, right? Nitrogen, atomic number 7. Oxygen, atomic number 8. Fluorine, atomic number 9. And neon, atomic number 10. Then lithium, 11, magnesium 12, aluminum 13, and so forth. So you see all these elements are arranged in the increasing order of atomic number. And atomic number represents the identity of the atom, which depends upon the number of protons. Okay. Another thing is the way these atoms are elements are arranged. These elements are arranged also in the groups. So group 1A, this is group 2A, this is group 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, 7A, and 8A. Okay, so the middle ones are the B groups. Next is, we also have these periods. So there are 7 periods here, and there are like a total of 18 groups, but they are divided into A and B. So A, like more representative elements are A, more commonly found. All right. Next is these period numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is also, there is a reason why they are arranged. These also represent the energy level. So we will cover that later, but these energy level means that these electrons, that's basically the arrangement of the electrons in the shells, in the energy levels. So if there is only one energy level, that those elements are placed in, or those atoms are placed in the first period. 2 energy levels if there are in the atoms of these elements. Lithium has 2 energy levels, beryllium 2 energy levels. Similarly, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, 2 energy levels. So they are placed in second period. Third, 3 energy levels. Fourth, 4 energy levels. 5 energy levels. 6 energy levels. 7 energy levels, and so forth. Okay. Next, all the blue ones are the metals. Okay, the green ones are the metalloids, and the yellow ones are the non-metals. Now, important thing that you need to know is that group 1A has only 1 electron in the last shell. So that is why it is 1A. So all of them will have only 1 electron in the last shell. So they are also called the like they are called the alkali metals, but these are also called, they will make +1 charge. Okay, they will have a +1 charge, and they will, all these elements that are in group 1A will have only 1 electron in the last shell. So they'll make only 1 bond. Elements that are present in group 2A, they have 2 electrons in the last shell, +2 charge, 2 bonds they will make. Elements in group 3A, so look at just these A's. A's are over here and then over here on the right-hand side. I'm sorry, there's a crow outside making that crowing noise. If you get that disturbance, so please ignore it. Okay, anyway, so 3A, 3 electrons in the last shell, they will make 3 bonds. Aluminum will make 3 bonds, but these metals, right? Some of these metals, they have the capacity to make more than one type of, charges. So they will have variable charges, and these are also called variable valence states. Okay, 4A, 4 electrons in the last shell, 4 bonds. Okay, and carbon can make 4 bonds, silicon can make 4 bonds, so it will have +4 charge. Remember, metals will have plus charge. Okay, and the non-metals will generally form either the negative charge, or they can also form the bonds by sharing, so no charge. Anyway, germanium, again, +4 charge. Tin can have +4 charge, but lead can have +4 charge, but tin and lead can also have more than one type of charge. In other words, they can also have +2 charges. Now comes the nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, and bismuth. These guys are mixtures, right? Nitrogen and phosphorus, all of them, as arsenic, antimony, and bismuth, all of them will have 5 electrons in the last shell, but they are capable of making only 3 bonds. Nitrogen and phosphorus can have a -3 charge. These are the metals, so they will not bear a negative charge. They can bear a positive charge. Okay, so they can have +3 charge. So this is variable here. Then comes the oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, and polonium. This is in group 6A. Group 6A has 6 electrons in the last shell. So oxygen and sulfur, -2 charge. Tellurium and polonium, +2 charge. Okay. And besides that, they can make more charges also. So here we have oxygen, sulfur, non-metals. Selenium is also non-metal, so -2 charge. Okay. And that means only 2 bonds. Group 7A. Group 7A, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Group 7A, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine will have 7 electrons in the last shell. They will have -1 charge. They will only make 1 bond, but there are variations also. Chlorine, bromine, iodine in the bond in the covalent state, when they're sharing, they can make more than 1 type of charges. We will discuss that all later on when we talk about the Lewis structure. But for now, the broad figure is that all the elements that are in group 7A grouped as halogens, and they will make only 1 bond. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radons, these are non-noble gases. These noble gases do not make any bonds, although here's one thing. Chemistry, you can change the reaction conditions, and you can force a reaction, and you can force the formation of the bonds. It's just the movement of the electrons. Okay. Now, these are the lanthanides and actinides. These are rare earths, so they are not important. Now, here's something that you have to also remember. You also have to memorize these guys. You have to memorize them. Okay. Now, there are many different ways you can memorize them. One of them is just repeating them. Repetition is through, like just like you do, just like you learn dance, just like you learn, any sport. Your muscles, they build a memory. Similarly, your tongue is also a muscle, and the tongue can build a memory if you speak out loudly. So one way is rote memorization, which is, for example, I'll show you. Just close the room and start speaking out loudly. Hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. So you keep repeating it, your tongue will get to it, okay? Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. So if you keep repeating it, your tongue will build that memory. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, you know? So that is rote memorization. But another method is mnemonics, okay? Now, mnemonics are like stories, little stories. So as I mentioned earlier in one of the videos, that you can also build stories here like little for lithium, Na, naughty, kids for potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. These are the names. So little naughty kids, rubidium, cesium, francium. Okay, so this is one way. Next is beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. So this one I made it. Be, like Be, be magical, caring, strong, brave, and radiant. So not really like, but still, Be is beryllium, Mg is magnesium, like magical, caring is Caring, caring, strong, Strong, brave, Brave, barium, but you know, radiant. So, you know, that's something I have it. But there is also another one that's floating on the internet, and I'll show you in a minute. Hold on. Okay, so now you see here that in your canvas, I have posted it in the modules, okay? The mnemonics in the periodic table. So these I found from the internet, and there are many places, you know, there are many different types also that are available. So this is the list of mnemonics and Wikipedia. Lots of interesting stories that you can see. So, you know, like here, Happy Henry listens BBC Network and so forth. So if that works for you, go ahead and do it. This is in period 1, 2, 3. Period 4 is kindly, cannibals, scared, timid visitors. You know, it's like, I mean, if you can remember these stories, I'm fine with that. Whatever works for you. But right now here in the simple, these are about 20 elements that absolutely you must know at least. Once you know them, then you know the rest of the other things also fall in place. So here's the one, very interesting. Happy Henry lives beside Boron Cottage, near our friend Nellie Nancy, magnesium, or Meg Allen, that's the name. Silly Patrick stays close, Arthur kisses Carrie. Okay, so here, happy is for H, Henry is for He, helium, lives, Li is for lithium, Be is for beryllium, boron is just B, cottage, C, nitrogen, N, oxygen, O, friend, F, friend is for fluorine, F, Nelly, that's the neon, Ne, Nancy, Na, sodium, Meg Allen, Mg is for magnesium, Allen, Al is for aluminum, Silly, Si is silicon, Patrick, phosphorus, P, stays, S, sulfur, close, Cl, chlorine, Ar, argon, kisses, K, potassium, carry, Ca, calcium. Okay, so if that works for you, you can do that also. So these are arranged, you know, in the first 20 of them arranged in that order. So that, I hope that works for you. So you can do that. Other than that, as I showed you, this is a list of many of these other types of mnemonics which you can get, or be creative. You can get your own also. Okay. All right.